Justin Fields actually looks like there might be something there. But if you have the number 1 overall pick, you're not keeping Justin Fields over Dante Moore. That would be stupid if the Jets did that. And I want to talk about why maybe it's not as bad as Jets fans think it is. The New York Jets are an absolute train wreck. They're, to me, I think, the worst team in football. I thought they were going to be the worst team in football going into the season, and I was proven right. Like, this team is bad, and I don't love Aaron Glenn as a coach. I think people loved Aaron Glenn as a defensive coordinator, and I think they saw that and was like, oh, he's rah-rah. He's going to have a culture here in New York. This team, it's not good, right? Like, and I personally, like, I get that Justin Fields is doing some good things at the quarterback position, but are you really trying to tell me that Justin Fields is the long-term answer for the New York Jets? And this is why, to me, the New York Jets losing last night was not a bad thing. The New York Jets are going to draft Dante Moore. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be the number 1 overall pick. They're going to draft Dante Moore, and they're going to have their quarterback for the future. This young man has it. What it is, he has it. Calm, poised, a good demeanor for the quarterback position. He's exceptionally talented. If the Jets can go out there and get Dante Moore, that changes their entire franchise. They needed a quarterback for the longest. It didn't work with Zach Wilson. It didn't work with Rodgers. Justin Fields actually looks like there might be something there. But if you have the number 1 overall pick, you're not keeping Justin Fields over Dante Moore. That would be stupid if the Jets did that. Go get your quarterback of the future. And they're going to be in prime position to do that. Because this team, when you look at the Jets and where they're going this season, I think they're going to lose this week to the Cowboys, so they're going to be 0-5. They have the Broncos 0-6. They may be able to win a few of their next 4 following that, but I don't know. I see this team at best as a 3-win football team, 3-4-win football team. And if they're a 3 or 4-win football team, they're going to be in a position to draft a quarterback high in this draft. And is that guy Dante Moore? It should be, because Dante Moore is, I think, the best prospect in this draft. It was Garrett Nussmeier for me, but as we've been seeing recently with Garrett Nussmeier and his struggling play recently, it doesn't look great over there. But Dante Moore absolutely would be a great fit for that team. I don't think that the Jets are maybe as far away as people think from being a solid football team. I get it. They're 0-4 right now, and it does not look good for them. But I do think that there are some things that you can look at going forward and say, hey, if we get the number 1 overall pick and we get a quarterback like Dante Moore, holy cow, can this team be something to reckon with? So, on the topic of Aaron Glenn, what should the Jets do there? I think they got to wait and see how this plays out, right? Like, the Jets this year have been an absolute train wreck. And I think that, yeah, I wasn't as big of a fan of the hire of Aaron Glenn as a lot of other people were, right? Like, I think Aaron Glenn was a really good defensive coordinator. And I think that a lot of people looked at that and said, wow, this guy's going to instill a culture in New York. They're going to be completely different. And then I heard the whole thing with Rodgers where he had Aaron Rodgers fly into New York just to tell him that they don't want him on the team. I'm like, dude, get out of here, man. Seriously, one of the greatest players to ever play the sport, and that's how you're going to treat him. I get it. Aaron Rodgers wasn't great for that organization, but you bring in one of the greatest players to ever play the sport. You have him fly across country just to tell him, yeah, we're not interested in having you as our quarterback. I don't know. To me, when I heard that, I was like, this guy's trying too hard. So the Jets could be in a situation where they're looking for a new quarterback and a new head coach at the end of the season. Like, what would it take for the Jets to move on from Aaron Glenn by the end of the season? Would it be maybe going 2, 3, 4 wins? Would that be enough for the Jets to say, we've seen enough. We're going to move on from you? I think that could be the case. And where would the Jets go from here? Because there's no offensive coordinator candidate that's like really standing out as like, this is a guy, because they need to go the offensive way, right? Like they've been doing this thing where they've had defensive head coaches. They're trying to recreate the Rex Ryan years where, Rex Ryan led them to an AFC championship game. Like that's what they're trying to recreate. But the problem is it's just not working. Go get your quarterback. Go get an offensive coordinator, a really good play caller that's going to be able to stick with that quarterback and have consistency with that quarterback over a number of years. And I think they'll be all right.